You know, Jill, it is an honor and a privilege to have this conversation with you. I think this is the right time for where we are in the world right now, for what's going on. I'm so thankful for you being here at the Happy Entrepreneur Show. So let me say hello and welcome.
Hey, great to be here. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much. It's an honor. Now, let me just address the elephant in the room if I can. I know you wrote the book Guerrilla Publicity. And, you know, right now with so much going on, businesses are pivoting. Some folks are making changes. Some folks are wondering how do they get their name out there. Why is that book more relevant now than it was when you first wrote it?
Well, it's so fascinating because right when Guerrilla Publicity third edition is coming out, we are in a moment where everybody needs to get their name more visible and stay visible in today's moment. Because, see, I'm always thinking about 3, 6, and 9 months ahead. And you know, my friends, there is a world 3, 6, and 9 months ahead. And what you've got to do is start with that message, planting seeds to grow your publicity garden so that as this, shall we say, moment ends and we start into a new way of business and being, which we all are doing, that you're at the front. You're the thought leader. You're the one that people are listening to, and that you've done the steps to make it happen. So I think that's really powerful. And all my clients who have anything to say about what's going on now, stress-related coaches, speakers who talk about certain topics, consultants who specialize in, fill in the blank depending on what we're talking about, coaches that deal with this kind of, shall we say, life changes. Mm-hmm. Well, you know what? I have them talking in the media right now as experts because I want to say to you, if you have anything you can shift and change to today's topic and today's moment, this is the moment to do it. And those of you who are, shall we say, planting seeds ahead, that's the right thing to do. Plant your garden, grow it now.
You know, I love that. And, one of the questions that may come up is how is Jill staying focused these days? Again, you wrote the book, and as we were having a behind the scenes conversation, you were saying how much more your plate is full. And so folks, listen, might be wondering, how is Jill staying focused with so much stuff going on in the world?
So a couple things that I have done is I created a webinar called How to Stay Visible in Troubled Times. We offer it completely free. I've launched kindness circles based on my newest book, The Profit of Kindness. So I'm using both Guerrilla Publicity and The Profit of Kindness for what is needed now. Now more than ever, we need kindness. Now more than ever, you need to stay visible. How perfect that I've got 2 books among my 4 that are perfect and right for this time. So what I'm doing is helping people in this moment stay out there, stay completely on point with messaging, and take that message out to the public in a way that matters. And that's a simple way of translating, and sometimes a pivot for what they didn't even see that could help people right now.
Tell them the name of the book again, Guerrilla. What is it called again?
Guerrilla Publicity, and I don't mean the kind. I mean Guerrilla, Guerrilla, Guerrilla Publicity.
Oh man, I'm loving that. And those folks that are hearing your name for the very first time, do you mind taking a moment and saying what type of clients do you work with now? Because they might be thinking, do they have to be a corporation? Do they have to be a nonprofit? Can they be entrepreneurs? Kind of share a little bit about the type of clients you work with and the problems they're having. Because one of the things I admire about you is your ability to get people's story completed or get their expertise put in print or get their experience packaged so that it can bless someone else and live on long after they're gone. So take a moment, talk about the type of clients that you work with.
Thank you so much. Yeah, so a couple things. Most of my clients are consultants, coaches, speakers, authors, and then what I call small business owners. You could be a chiropractor, a real estate professional. You could be a financial planner. So my clients tend to be in those arenas. But hey, listen, I've been in business for 25 years, and here's what I know. Every business needs publicity. And mostly I've worked with small business owners, some nonprofits, and particularly authors, speakers, consultants, coaches, and what I call small business owners. So that's been wonderful. I've been also, helping people get book deals for years. We can talk about that in just a moment.
Mhm.
But, that's the good news is I already am working with the people who are thought leaders and life changers. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm already on that path. And what I want to do is take other people with me who are making a difference for others, who have important messages to share, who are grounded in their information. And that could mean, you're just starting a business, you're midway through the business, or you're very established in business. The truth is, you always need to stay visible. And the more you stay visible, the more people hear about you, know your name, recognize you. I like to call it the I've heard of her, I've heard of him somewhere syndrome, right?
Mm.
Because as people know your name, they're familiar with you, they trust you. And that's what's key.
You talk about trusting you. Let's give a shout out to the person that connected you and I together. His name is Eric Swanson. Every now and then he tunes in on
Hey,
these
Eric.
shows. Yeah, I'm not sure if he's out there right now, but he does tune in. And for those folks that don't know Eric Swanson, you can go to Habitude Warrior. Go to habitudewarrior.com. Now, Jill, take a moment to talk about the power of being able to collaborate with other business owners like Eric's done putting us together, and then talk a little about Habitude Conference. And in a time when people be like, well, I don't know, I don't want you to know who my people are, and I don't want to share my list with you. Eric said, no, Shay, here's Jill. Jill, here's Shay. You guys need to connect, get together. And I've admired you for so long through another gentleman, Eric Loftholm, but Eric Swanson made it happen, not Eric Loftholm. Eric's going to get me for that, I'm sure. But go ahead and talk about Eric Swanson and the good that he's doing with Habitude Warrior.
Absolutely. Eric is an amazing human being who I've known for many years, who has been blessing people with great business skills and skill set. He always gets the best of the best together. And I've been on his stage speaking and teaching and training for many years. And, what we're doing is gathering people so that we help other businesses succeed. And that's what Eric does really, really well. And I'm so blessed to be part of his gatherings.
Yeah, he's amazing. Everyone head over to habitudewarrior.com, habitudewarrior.com. I promise you, you will not be disappointed, by the way. Eric Swanson, thank you so much. We appreciate you. Jill, before we get into the profit to kindness, I'm just curious, why do you enjoy what you're doing now? What brings you passion? I mean, you said you've been in business 25 years, and you tonight, just the way you come out the gate, I would think that you were just starting like you were a rookie, like you're like fired up, like you're like, Shay, I'm ready now more than ever. We got to do this thing. I'm like, wow. I don't know how many of you've done, but you were fired up. What brings you passion? Where does that passion come from? Where does that fire come from to still help people?
So, well, I was born to help people. I mean, I am a messenger of messengers. Okay. And so, what that means to me is that there's such a great way to serve the public by doing public relations, by getting your name out there, by staying visible, by creating that familiarity and trust and visibility and viability. That's what's going to keep your business flourishing. And I have seen this, Shay, over so many years with people just starting a business midway, celebrities, all the kinds of people that I've been blessed to work with. And what I know is that the power of publicity keeps bringing you prospects, keeps making you profits, and most importantly, builds that trust and familiarity. And now more than ever, we need that. So here's the thing, when the tough get going, the going get tough, right? That's an old expression
Yeah.
that is so true. And I am dedicated to the people I serve, to making a difference in this world. And the way I see making a difference in this world is to serve people by getting their publicity done with them, handle the message massage so it's powerful and simple, because I really am good at that, and just making it so that people are what I see it is like you have a gift, all of us, right? We all have a gift. My gift is messaging, publicity, the power of getting books done, the power of taking a person's message, a company's message, an author, speaker, consultant, coach message, and then making it so that others can hear it, relate to it, respond to it, connect to it. That's what excites me. And so, I love what I do. I mean, I really feel that I'm here to do this powerfully, and that I've been blessed to write 4 books, that I have books that are, perfect for today's moment. and that I've worked with thousands of people across 7 continents. And boy, as far as I'm concerned, let's go.
I love the let's go. Before we get into the book, Profit of Kindness, which we're going to do, take a moment and talk about how you help folks out there right now that may have a message inside of them. They have a story inside of them, and they believe that it's been there, but they haven't, as they say, birthed it yet, and it really hasn't come forth. Talk about how you help folks walk through that process, even in times like now, in all seriousness.
Yeah, so a couple things. One is I teach a publicity crash course. It's virtual. In fact, I was going to do it in multiple cities, and I'm thrilled because here's what's interesting. I get to do it everywhere now. Like, I get to do it virtually. I mean, I've always done my class virtually because I work with people all around the world.
Mm-hmm.
It's an and. Now I've structured it differently. I've got a day-long virtual course. It's really wonderful. I lowered all my prices so that everybody can get in. I mean, I've just done things like we all do so that people can make it happen. And so even, the first thing we do in the course is massage that message, identify problem and solution, get people really focused on who they are and how they can make a difference and work in today's market. So that's a real key. And then I've been doing that with people privately and consistently out in the marketplace ongoingly. And the other thing I've been doing for quite a number of years, 18 years now, is I help people with a thought, an idea. It could be about a how-to book, or it could be something they've just been wanting to write for a long time. And I help them actually get a book deal without a word written. Check that out.
What?
Okay. Did you hear
Book
that
deal
part?
without a word written? No
Isn't
one's
that
ever said that,
exciting?
by the way. I've never heard. I'm going to say a book deal without a word written. You can't leave us hanging. You got to tell us a little more. You got to unpackage this for a moment. You can't leave us hanging. Come on.
Okay, so here's the deal. Publishers and agents are always looking for smart people with great ideas who have how-tos and or transformational self-help business. These are the ones I do best with, that just really I wanted to get that and birth that idea, birth that concept, and actually put it out there for the how-to. So what I do is I've got a secret sauce one sheet that I've been delivering to publishers and agents for years, and I broker the relationships. So for instance, you may have heard of a book called Pivot. And
Yeah.
if you haven't, go look it up. Yes, Pivot. I was responsible for getting Adam the agent who got him the 6-figure book deal for a pivot. And in fact, in May, my dear colleague Susie Carter, SUSIE, Susie Carter is coming out with a fabulous book on profit that I also helped her get the agent, and a major book deal with Simon and Schuster. So I'm good at this, and then just been doing it. These two in particular, and by the way, every other client had never written a word of their book before getting the contract. So I love doing that. I put people together with publishers and agents and get them book deals. That's number one. Those people who are self-published. I'm really big on going global, Jay. I think now more than ever, we are a small world after all. This is a proven fact. This is a moment where we're all experiencing this. And as the human family, the truth is your content is needed in every culture. I mean, mostly every culture. It might depend what the subject matter is around the world. So particularly business, particularly self-help, transformation, healing books. These are all really good books that I've been able to get great results in all around the world. So loving that, having a great time helping people do it. My own book, The Profit of Kindness, just got published. Here, I'll do a little visual.
No, I'm going to do it right here. There you go. Put it there. The Profit of Kindness. Talk about it.
Yeah, this book just got picked up in India and Russia. God knows we need kindness everywhere, right?
Yes, we do.
And then Guerrilla Publicity, the other book I told you about, that book got picked up in Serbian, and it's out in simple Chinese. I mean, this is how you change the world. You get your message out. And if we start in the U.S., terrific. Let's birth that know-how in all of you and get it out there in a way that people hear and resonate with and understand. And it starts with your message. It starts with your message. Everything starts with your message.
Oh, I love it. I love it. The people are screaming right now, two things. One, just slide a little bit to the right, to your right, just a little bit to your right so you don't fall off the camera. Oh,
Going
that's
to the
perfect.
right.
There you
I'm
go.
going
There
to
you
the
go.
right.
That is perfect, perfect, perfect. And number two, they're like, Shay, before you ask another question, we gotta know how to contact her. Shay, she's saying she gets folks these deals before a word is ever written. What's her website, Shay? How can we best contact Jill? Jill, before I get into profit of kindness, you done laid it out. You laid the case. That's why she wrote all the books, ladies and gentlemen. So you want to know how to interview, talk to her. How can they contact you?
Well, thank you so much. So you go to JillLublin.com. Okay, so there's lots of L's in there. Let me just tell you that. Jill, and then Lub as in boy, Lin as in Nancy. JillLublin.com. Check out the website. You can also email us to info@JillLublin.com.
Okay, so
Lots of L's in there. I'm sure you'll put that in the notes somewhere too, maybe.
yes, someone look right below the video and put www.jill, JILLLUBLIN. There you go. And I love how you say there's lots of L's in there, by the way. I suggest you reach out to her office and then you'll be able to get all of the details. If you can, take the book, get the book, put the book up, and tell us a little bit about the book that you did, Profit of Kindness. Who's the book? Let me put the screen. Who is the book for, and why did you write the book?
Well, thank you so much. So I wrote the book because, it started with my 85-year-old friend. The truth is she's been sick, and I've been friends with her for over 20 years. We've been friends. And by the way, she started out as a client, and like so many of my clients, I just adore them. And what can I say? Next thing I know, we're friends. And what happened is, she's been getting older, and I've been taking care of her and taking her out to lunch and taking her to doctor's appointment, running to her house when things happened. One day she said to me, Jill, thank you for being so kind. And I really wish the whole world were like this. She said, imagine, in fact, if the whole world were like this, the kind of currency we'd have, the currency of kindness. And I went, oh my gosh, that's the book. Excuse me. And I think that that's really, the issue is how do we create in our business kindness that actually creates profit? Because the truth is people are more drawn to those that are kind. They do business with kind people. Kind businesses make more money, have happier clients, and the owner and the CEO is happier. That's just how it goes.
Wow, that is super incredible. You're fine. I'll put the camera on. You're fine. If you need new water, that's fine. It's a couple things while she's there that I want to talk about in the book. Can you share just one golden nugget out of the book? I know we're coming down the home stretch, and I'm asking you just to turn to the right again, step to your right again, so you don't slide off. There you go. There you go. Do the groovy thing. There you go. That's perfect. Right there. Right there. Give us one golden nugget from the book. And folks, you can get the book over at Jill, www.JillLublin, LUBLIN.com, and just follow the instructions. Her website is really well laid out. Give us one golden nugget out of the book, please.
Well, it's interesting because I have to tell you, how everyone talks about return on investment? So I created what I call return on kindness. And in fact, they're rocks. Instead of ROI, it's ROK. So I want you to have return on kindness. And in today's moment, let me just talk about patience, right? That's one of our return on kindness principles. And it's so funny, Che, you'll appreciate this. I'm sure your viewers will too. And that is when I was writing the chapter on patience. Well, you know how when you're working on things in life, everything comes to test that, right?
Yes.
So there I was on hold with a utility company. And you know what that's like. I mean, that could be forever. I love when people come on and they thank you for your patience.
Right.
And I'm like, who said I was patient?
So true. So true.
I know. So I just laugh, and I actually told the women that I'd been on hold for 45 minutes. Well, what's interesting? She ended up, because of a series of well, issues, also known as problems, I got a free tablet. Why was that? Because I was nice to her, because I simply informed her of what the issues were without necessarily, raging on her. But, I think it's really important to be clear with people and be specific. And that still can be patience. So by kindness, I don't mean you roll over and like a la-di-da Pollyanna, right? It's about moving in this world with a sense of, especially right now, forgiveness, patience, compassion. These are all really important pieces of kindness. Yeah, I had an appointment with someone today, and of course, in today's world, everything, people who aren't as, shall we say, technologically savvy or know how to do things, don't do them as well. And she couldn't, and her video was terrible, and all of this stuff. We must have wasted a half hour. Now, I'm pretty booked all throughout the day. A half hour is important time to me. And I just went, it's totally okay. No worries. Let's reschedule. So that's called patience.
Mhm.
That's called compassion, which is another return on kindness principle. There are 7 of them. You have to read the book for the rest, but I will tell
I
you.
love it.
But I will tell you that that what I know, and it's interesting. When that book first came out, I had 7 Fox TV interviews in the first week. So this is why I know kindness is so key for today's world. And I ask all of you right now to practice conscious acts of kindness, not random acts of kindness, conscious acts of kindness every single day.
I love how you frame that as we come down the home stretch. It's so important. And I think about where we are now, and a number of folks are saying they're stuck at home or they're stuck with the kids. And in fact, we're not stuck. If we're patient, we are safe. And we're with the folks that we want to be the most. Take a moment, as you will, for those folks that want to connect with you. Tell them where they can connect with you once again. What website do they go to?
Sure, go to jilllublin.com. And if you want to email us, info@jilllublin.com, and let me know how I can help you. You want to get a book done? You want to get your publicity out there? Let me know how I can help you.
That is super fantastic. I'd like for, if you would, if you don't mind, having your closing thoughts, your closing comments of those folks that are out there that are just like you, just like me. They're entrepreneurs. Many of them, I don't know if I mentioned this to you. I was having a conversation with a young lady earlier this week, and she's like, "Hey, Shay, my job has me working from home now, and I'm also a full-time entrepreneur. I'm also a full-time wife. I'm also a full-time mom. I'm now a full-time teacher. I'm now a full-time school administrator. I'm now a full-time cafeteria person." I'm like, oh my gosh, I got more going on now than ever. And I didn't never thought about it like that. But as she mentioned that, I thought about it, and I said, wow, for someone like Jill that's been an entrepreneur for 25 years, that she closed out, what's your message to someone like her or any entrepreneur that this is their moment and this is their time? So I'll give it to you. Let me first say thank you again for being on the Happy Entrepreneur Show. We really appreciate you. And thank you, Eric Swanson, for connecting us. You rock. Over to you, Jill, to close us out.
Thank you, Che, and thank you for your fabulousness and what you're doing for everybody and keeping us happy, because in today's moment, we got to be happy. And what I'd say to all of you is it's key right now. Stay in action, stay expanded, do not contract. I know there's a lot going on. I know, it seems like so much at times, and yes, overwhelming at times. I do somebody's dance party at 9 a.m. I mean, keep yourself moving, literally, and keep yourself moving figuratively and professionally, so that you do come out at the high end, right? That you've seeded the ground and planted your beautiful publicity garden, that you're working on that damn book finally, because I know you've got to get it out there, and I know you got to get it in you. In other words, said it's in you and it's got to get out. Most importantly, I want to leave you all with this, and that is that your message matters. Your message matters. Keep it out there.
Wow. With that being said, once again, thank you so much, Jill. Thank you all for tuning in. For those folks that are just tuning in for the very first time, my name, by the way, is Shay Brown, the Happy Entrepreneur. Make it a great day, everyone. And I promise you from the bottom of my heart, we'll make some good things happen when we connect again next time. Today is your January 1st. Get that book written. Connect with Jill Lublin. Today is your January 1st. Share a little more kindness. Be kind to someone else. Here's what I do know as we close out. For you, the best is still yet to come. Remember, time is long, but life is short. Enjoy the moment and make the most out of it. With that being said, God bless and we wish you success. Bye-bye. Promise I made to my mom. I only did this message for one person, and that's my mom. This is for you, Mom. Love you. My name is Shay Brown, the happy entrepreneur. Make it a great day, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, Shay Brown.
Mic check, mic check.
All I do is win, no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up.
Yes. Yeah.
And they stay there, and they stay there, and they stay there. Cause all I do is win.
Thank you. God bless.